No bird stuff on the truck, so we're batting 1,000. All right, we are rolling.
Great. Could you say your first and last name and spell it?
I can. Matt Kroll, M-A-T-T. K-R-O-L.
Okay, and your current title?
My current title is candidate for Genesee County Sheriff.
Okay. Okay. Well, are you a police officer?
I am not, but I
Okay.
meet all qualifications and expectations to be the sheriff of Genesee County.
Okay. What do you want to say to everybody? How do you? Yeah. What do you want to? How do you want to win this?
Well, I want to tell everybody that I am a constitutionalist. I am running for sheriff. I want to make healthy change to our community. I want Flint, the county seat, to be the shining light, the beacon of hope in our community, in our county. I will assist the local police departments and especially Chief Johnson in helping him to answer 911 calls that the current sheriff has refused to assist him with. I'm a people person, I'm not a politician. I don't represent government, I represent people. And the sheriff is the highest elected law enforcement. Wait a second, can we back that up?
It's going to be edited.
Can we rewind that? The sheriff is the only law enforcement in the United States that is elected by the people. And because of that, they're held to a higher esteem. They're supposed to be a constitutional law officer, and that's what I plan on being. I plan on representing the people and helping the people. And they also are the ones that keep the long arm of the government out of the infringement of people's lives. And it's a perfect balance if you look at it that way. People can hold a local official accountable to help them do that. And the sheriff at the same time, because he is the highest law enforcement in the county, can keep state and federal agencies at bay from infringing on the rights of the people. No more warrantless searches in Genesee County when I'm sheriff. No more abuses in the county lockup when I'm sheriff. No more frowning at a citizen because he walks by you or because he enters into a courthouse and you got to play hard guy with him. It's public servant. Hello, ma'am. Hello, sir. How are you today? Is how I will expect the deputies to react in a kind way because they're public servants. We get paid by the people.
I don't know if this is. Can you give us a little bit of your background?
Yeah, again, I'm a constitutionalist. The Constitution is the supreme law of the land, and there's nothing that can trump that, not any executive orders or man-made laws, and it's the Constitution. We have to abide by that. It's a safeguard for the people. My background is in construction. I'm a building renovator, commercial and residential buildings. And so I've been a businessman for pretty much all my life, even as a young lad having a paper route and cutting lawns and cutting up wood. So I understand the importance of administrative, and that's primarily what a sheriff does, but I won't be a politician sitting on my hands inside the office. I'll be out visiting with people, finding out what are the needs, how are the deputies treating you, how are the other police departments treating you. Why do you say this judge did you wrong? Tell me about it. I want to hear about it. You know, that kind of thing. You know, so I can go sit down with the judges and with the prosecutor, and because we all swear the same oath to uphold the Constitution, then why aren't we abiding by that oath? With my wife, I swore that I would love her through sickness and health. I do that. 32 beautiful years with her, so I do that. Right? I'm a man of my word, and if I take an oath, I'm going to abide by that oath. Well, I expect you to be the same way, abide by your oath.
Okay, not have any police background or anything in law enforcement. What makes you that person?
Because I know the law. The law is the Constitution. It is the supreme law of the land, and there are no other laws that can trump that. So, because I know that law, and listen, I'm not going to change the basic ways that a sheriff's department is run. I understand that the deputies, they're trained in law enforcement, and they're not going. go up to somebody's house and you know, do something that they're not supposed to. At least if they do, then they'll be reprimanded for it. So, you know, we need a few more deputies to be able to handle some of the 911 calls that aren't being answered today. I would get rid of the fast and furious car that is hired for parades, and I would get rid of the motorcycles that are used in parades that do nothing on the streets of Genesee County. So let's get rid of those and let's bring in a couple more deputies.
Can you talk a little bit about what you think Patel may be doing wrong, or you know why you think that you would be a better fit than him?
A, B, C, and D, all that I said. The other thing that I would do is I would make a citizen
Advisory board.
So I would have citizens sit down with me and again, by going out talking to the public and having a citizen advisory board, I will know what the needs of the community are, and I will help the community to become a stronger, better community as a result of that.
What do you think is going to happen come primaries, or when election time comes?
Well, the primaries are first,
Yeah.
and we obviously aren't really in the primary. We, you know, because I'm running unopposed in that area, I would move on to the general election. I think in the primaries, I don't know. I have no idea. I know this, that every place I go door to door knock, and everywhere where I go and hand out water, and I'm not handing out water, excuse me, for an election. I became a candidate for sheriff as a result of handing out water. I've been doing this since early January, and I just see the need talking to people on the street. And the consensus is that we need change. People are ready to get rid of Piquel. I agree. We need to get rid of him. It's time for him to retire. Bob, go home.
What I know it's not the sheriff necessarily, but when it comes to the fluent water crisis, any comment?
Yeah, absolutely. That again is one of the reasons why I decided to run for sheriff. When I first started handing out water, I would ask the people, do you know what the sheriff is doing for an investigation against the potential of crimes of humanity in the city? We knew of the deaths, we knew of the sicknesses, we knew of the cover-ups, and everybody that I talked to, including deputies and some state officials, they all said the same thing. The sheriff is doing nothing. Now, if there was a mass murder running around and we had 2 or 3 homicides and it all appeared as the same motive, do you not think that the sheriff would be out there in front of the camera warning the people, or at least dealing with it and investigating it? But yet at the same time, he's not doing it with this. Now we don't only have 2 or 3 deaths, but also we have 5 and then 8 and then 12 and now 13, all with the same motive, and thousands of sicknesses on top of that, all with that same motive. So there's a crime going on out there, whether it's intent or not. Regardless of the fact, the sheriff should have been up front and center investigating it. The day I take office, I will begin an investigation. I will demand all state and federal agencies to turn over their investigation to the county where this crime has happened in. And I will work with a team of investigators that I will bring in, and then I will call in state and federal authorities to assist us in that once I have all that information. And I'm not just going to sit on it. I'm going to begin to make arrests for the crimes that have been committed and for the cover-up. Because that's part of the crime, too, is the cover-up.
So do you think the governor should play part in that?
We'll see with the investigation. That's yet to be determined, but suspect for sure, to say the least.
Anything else, Lynn?
That's good. You stand there and I'll give 2 shots.
Anything else you want to add?
God bless America. It's time to turn back to the founding documents that we hold so dear.
How long have you been campaigning for?
Since April.
Okay. Very good.
If Piquel would have stepped down, I would not have run as a candidate.
So it's like, that's one of your biggest motivations?
He's got to go. Go home, Bob.
Clear. Like we're gonna get some rain.
Yeah.
Move
Yeah,